Hey guys, it's Heather here with Underwater Panther, and I am working on multiple series at once. And yes, you can see my breath, it's freezing in here. But, anyways, aside from that fact, all right, so welcome to the Polarity Integration Series, a journey into the real architecture of the masculine and feminine. Not the TikTok version, not the pop coaching cliches, not the watered down soft girl versus alpha male memes the internet keeps recycling. No, absolutely not. This series is about the actual anatomy of human polarity: psychological, ancestral, mythic, astrological, and spiritual. Because the truth is, men and women today are not confused, they are evolving. And the relational systems we inherited, the gender roles, the expectations, the survival scripts were built for a world that no longer exists. We are living in a Venus led Aquarian era where Mars is being restructured, where the feminine is rising into sovereignty, and the masculine is being invited and sometimes forced to evolve into emotional, spiritual, and energetic leadership. And polarity isn't about dominance or obedience. Polarity is about energetic coherence. Safety, truth, responsibility, reciprocity, soul level attraction that emerges when the masculine is anchored and the feminine is relaxed into her natural essence. But right now, we are living in a world where the masculine collapsed first and the feminine had to become what was missing. That's why everyone feels off balance. That's why dating feels chaotic. That's why men feel lost. It is extra cold in here, so you're going to be seeing my breath. Maybe I should tilt my heater. I don't want to wake anyone up, so I tend to, I'm filming out in the huge industrial farm shed, and it is not heated, so I have a heating blanket, gloves, and a heater going. Business must go on. So that's why women feel tired. That's why relationships are burning out faster than they are forming. This series exists to restore the map, to show the actual polarity gateways: Mars, Venus, and Saturn, to decode masculine and feminine wounding, to teach the difference between survival traits and soul traits, to explain why softness isn't weakness and why strength isn't dominance, to walk you through the shift happening on the planet right now in gender, in relationships, in consciousness, and in collective archetypes. By the end of this series, you will understand why women feel the way they do, why men feel the way they do, what the new relational era requires, how to heal polarity wounds in yourself, how to create attraction without manipulation, how to create safety without losing independence, how to embody your core essence without abandoning your growth. This is polarity work for the Aquarian Age, which, yes, we are now in, where truth is the masculine and love is the feminine, and integration is the path. All right, so I'm going to give you the first titles of my first few videos on here. So the first video is why women won't return to pre-1950s role. That will be this video after my title, descriptions, brief summary. Masculine collapse and feminine inflation. Video 2, the return of the sacred masculine. 4, why women won't submit without safety. 5, how men rebuild trust in a Venus-led age. 6, how to heal the inner masculine and feminine. 7, relationship dynamics in a Venus-led age. And 8, generational polarity, millennials versus Gen Z versus boomers. So I am actually pretty excited to break down how this polarity work is, it's a generational thing, not just Every generation is affected differently, so I certainly want to break that down, and I am excited. I am a millennial, Pluto and Scorpio, so our generation is actually hit the worst. We are all evolving right now in this Aquarian age, individually and collectively, with the masculine and feminine, and so that's going to be a very exciting video. All right, so the first video, Why Women Won't Return to Pre-1950s Role, establishes the context, and I'm not going to go over these brief summaries. I think the titles kind of are self-explanatory. All right, so first I'm going to go over definitions, overview of definitions, how my polarity language differs from the internet. I tie in more systems together than hardly anyone I know alive today. It is like it's a lot. So I figured I should probably go over my language first. All right, so let's define our terms. Because masculine and feminine language is badly misused online, influencers, TikTok coaches, and meme pages have turned sacred archetypes into stereotypes. So in this series, we are not using their definitions. We're using an astrological, psychological, mythic, and energetic model. All right, so here is what I mean when I use each term. Masculine, not male, not dominance, not stoicism. When I say masculine, I mean structure, direction, clarity, containment, protection, responsibility, integrity, and presence. It is a Saturn, discipline, Mars, action plus boundary, the Sun, identity and purpose, and the animus, inner masculine in women. It is not control, emotional suppression, macho ego, authoritarian leadership, or entitlement. The masculine is the container, not the controller. The witness, not the dictator. The initiator, not the tyrant. The internet says masculinity equals dominance. I say masculinity equals internal leadership plus groundedness. The feminine is not weakness, not servitude, and not chaos. When I say feminine, I mean receptivity, intuition, softness, wisdom, magnetism, emotional truth, and embodiment. It is the Venus connection and magnetism, the moon, intuition, and emotional reality, excuse me. Neptune, spiritual and psychic sensitivity, and the anima, the inner feminine in men. It is not submission, emotional volatility, manipulation, or helplessness. The feminine is the river, not the turbulence. The frequency, not the fantasy. The magnetic field, not the emotional mess. The internet says femininity equals soft girl aesthetic. I say femininity equals energetic openness plus intuitive intelligence. Polarity is not gender roles. Online polarity teaches you that men must lead, women must follow. Men pay, women nurture, men chase, and women receive. This is 1950s gender coding, not polarity. When I say polarity, I mean the dance between direction, masculine, and receptivity, feminine. Between clarity and intuition, between structure and flow, between mission and magnetism. Polarity is energy, not gender. Behavioral pattern, not stereotype. Alignment, not performance. You can be a feminine woman with strong masculine edges, a masculine man with deep feminine intuition. Polarity is universal because polarity is cosmic architecture, not social programming. And then safety, the missing word in pop polarity teaching. Every real polarity dynamic begins with one principle. The feminine opens when it feels safe. The masculine rises when it feels respected. Not worshipped, not obeyed, and not pedestalized. Respect, meaning trusted, acknowledged, value, seen in their efforts. And safety for the feminine means consistency, emotional attunement, follow through, kindness, stability, and non reactivity. The internet keeps teaching attraction. I teach nervous system coherence. Wounding, the hidden engine underneath modern dating. When I talk about the masculine wound, I mean collapse in male initiation, absence of rites of passage, lack of male role models, fear of failure, fear of inadequacy, disconnection from purpose, emotional illiteracy. When I talk about the feminine wound, I mean distrust of the masculine energy, survival mode independence, fear of abandonment, hypervigilance, exhaustion, resentment, and masculine overcompensation. Internet coaches weaponize these wounds. I illuminate them so they can heal. And then Venus age versus Mars age, I'm going to be saying that a lot. We have entered into a new age due to the Pluto and Aquarius collectively. We are now in the transition between the Piscean age and the Aquarian age. So yes, I do astro-psychology. I'm tying all of this together. So most polarity teachers stop at psychology. I go beyond them with astro-psychology and collective timelines. So in my language, the last 5,000 years Mars led. The next era, the Aquarian Age, is Venus led, which means collaboration over domination, intuition over aggression, healing over conquest, emotional intelligence over emotional repression, sovereignty over servitude, and magnetism over force. My framework explains why the collective is shifting. All right, and then integration. This is the last term I will explain right now because we're going to get a heck of a lot deeper. I've already got 30 videos outlined. Integration, not masculine versus feminine, but masculine with feminine. This series is not about teaching women to be more feminine or teaching men how to be more masculine. It is about showing how each person holds both principles inside themselves. Integration equals when your inner masculine protects your inner feminine and your inner feminine softens into your inner masculine. Only then can external polarity flourish. Polarity is not opposites, it is completion. All right, so now I'm going to get into the video, why women won't return to pre-1950s roles. It is a psychological, astrological, and mythic breakdown of the modern feminine.